Hi children. Hi children. Now I'm Viraj and here I'm with the live. Now let me say this in single and English so that most of you all, those of you are willing to learn maths in English medium will understand better. දැපතේ අපි ගානක් ගත්තහම හරිද අපිට ගානක් ගොඩක් කට්ටිය කියන තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ සර් දන්නේ නැහැ සර් නොයෙකුත් ප්‍රශ්න විකාර ගොඩක් තියෙනවා. Some should be understood under three main pillars. What are the three main pillars? How to do a sum, why you do the sum the way you do it, and what if the sum was given in a different way. How to do the sum? කොහොමද sum එක කරන්නේ? ඇයි ඒ sum එක එහෙම කරන්නේ? සහ what if the sum was given in a different way? Now let's try to understand this stepwisely. Now let's try to understand a little bit of fractions, right? Now I know from my experience that children can't understand fractions really well. Hard by everyone. So what do we do? Now let's say that there is a cake. Now this cake is divided into two equal parts, right? So when we say this as a whole cake divided into two equal parts, we say this part as what? A half. Half. What is the fractional representation of half? 1 over 2. 1 being divided by 2. So let me start off by saying that this is the numerator and this is the denominator. If I am to write this in the form of an expression, සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපි ලියවුවොත් එහෙම මේක නිකන් මොකක්ද මේ 1 over 2? This is like 1 being divided by 2. Again remember that number in the front is written as the numerator, number behind is written as the what? Denominator. Further moving forward, this is our fractional representative, this is our fraction. If I need to find the decimal value, how am I going to do it? I am going to divide 1 by 2. I am going to divide 1 by 2. Now 1 is actually our numerator, 2 is actually our denominator. Now children, you should understand that this is like a cycle. Whatever you see, whatever the fraction that you see, whatever the fraction that is given to you in the form of a calculation, right? Whatever the fraction that is given to you, you should be able to understand it as such. When we say about understanding, this is what it means. Let's say that we have a fraction x upon 3. You should understand that this is x being divided by 3. Also, even though this does not look very familiar, this is like x being divided by 3. This is like what? X being divided by 3. Furthermore, if I am to, let's say, see a fraction in the form of an expression where it is 2 being divided by y, then you should understand that it is 2 upon y. Furthermore, it is 2 that is being divided by y. This is an expression. Now I have written this expression. Now I have converted into a fraction and long division. If you were to see t being divided by p, it is basically t upon p and t being divided by p in that order. Now why do we say this? What is the need of understanding it as such? These will be vastly used in ratios, logarithms, and in algebraic expressions. Right, let's see. Now, how do we understand certain theories in maths? When we say understanding theories, what is actually 2 being divided by 3? It is easy. 2 upon 3. That is straight away we can get the answer 2 upon 3. But how did 2 being divided by 3 becomes 2 upon 3? We know for a fact that if I can write them as fractions. How do I write 2 as a fraction? 2 upon 1. Just by simply introducing a denominator of 1, we can convert the whole number 2 to 2 upon 1. Likewise with 3. We cannot divide fractions. Therefore, you change division into multiplication and the following fraction, it reciprocates 1 over 3. Now what do we see? Now we know that it is 2 into 1 over 1 into 3, which is 2 upon 3. Perfect. Be that as it may, is there any other particular way with which I can write this answer? Understand that 2 divided by 3 is 2 upon 3. But can I represent this 2 upon 3 in another different way? This same 2 upon 3, I want to represent it in another way, other than 2 being divided by 3. This is how we do it. 2 upon 1 is my whole number 2. Into 1 over 3 is 2 upon 3. There. If I have 2 upon 3, will I be able to write as 2 times 1/3? Of course, yes, I can. Now let's try to get something a bit complex. 2x upon y. There are 3 ways with which I can write this. 2x into 1 upon y, 2 into x upon y. Also, I can write it as x into 2 upon y. Now, these are being practically used in examinations. Children who are sitting for the O-level examination, we know in paper 1, part A, in the first set of questions, we find questions like this. Even furthermore, now this is one way of understanding, right? What if the fractions were given in a bit of a different way? Let's say 2 plus x over y. 2 plus x over y. When we have 2 plus x over y, you should be able to understand 2 upon y, it has 2 upon y plus x over y. 2 plus x over y, you should be able to understand it as 2 upon y plus x upon y. Right? So how do we actually get this? How do we actually know this? Right. We know that we can add and subtract fractions only if the denominators are the same. Then we will take an example, right? This is a nice example that I always take. Let's say that there are 2 children in a house. Amma is making a cake. Mama is baking a cake. Now, son says he needs half of the cake. How is it? And daughter says she needs 1/3 of the cake. She needs 1/3 of the cake. Right? Son says he needs half of the cake. Daughter says she needs 1/3 of the cake. So what is going to happen? Then Amma make a half kapala denwada santa. Hari. It then she cuts it into 3 equal parts. Make it and daughter. Mala. How are we going to do that? We never thought that baking a cake would require fractional calculations, right? No, no, actually we need these fractional calculations. Arjun, if son needs half and if daughter needs one third, we find the LCM of both of them. 2 and 3. What the LCM? The LCM is 6. We multiply both sides by 6, divide by 6. In my other videos, you'll be able to see these fractions. 3 plus 2 upon 6, which is 5 upon 6. Right. Let me simplify it further. 1 upon 2 is 3 upon 6. 1 upon 3 is 2 upon 6. Under. Since the denominators are the same, now I can add the numerators. Yes or no? Then amma මොකද කරන්නේ? She's a very intelligent lady. What does she do? She cuts the cake into 6 equal parts. Give 3 parts to the son, 2 parts to the daughter. Amda kailat, 1/3, right? So they likewise, when you see fractions, you should understand that we can add or subtract fractions only if the denominators are the same. They are in 2 upon y plus x upon y. The denominators were the same. Therefore, we add the numerators. ඉතින් මෙහෙම දීලා තිබුණොත් මොකද කරන්නේ? ඔන්න බලන්න, this is a good example. What do we do? Are we going to write 3 upon? No. These are individual terms. 3x upon 4 minus t upon 4. Right, children? If there's anything further that you need to know about my online classes, about my physical classes, or if you want to get to know anything in regard, my details are given in the description. Ring me anytime you want. Thank you for watching the videos. See you guys. Yeah.